Hello everyone, I am Mrs.zeoxin and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a speed build. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am not a builder in the Sims. I've been trying recently, over the past probably, I'd say, around maybe a few months. It's been a while, like the past year, I guess. We'll generalize and say the past year. I've been working on my speed builds and trying to make them better, not just speed builds, but builds in general, because I've always been more of a cast person in the Sim, and like story and plot, I haven't been as good at building. So I wanted to improve that, and I am on a challenge to improve myself, and hopefully through these speed builds, you guys can hopefully see my progress, and hopefully I will improve. So I'm getting in the spooky season spirit already. September hit, Starbucks started releasing their pumpkin spice drinks, and I'm ready for the spooky season. I love Halloween. It is definitely my favorite holiday. I love fall. I love pumpkin. Not just pumpkin spice, but pumpkin everything. Fall just makes me happy, so I really wanted to do something fun and fall and festive, and I decided what better than like a haunted house or abandoned house. I'm not really sure which. I think it's kind of more abandoned, but I would also say this house is probably haunted. If I had to come up with a lore for this house, I think the storyline I had kind of created in my head is that it was abandoned by a family that used to live there, and a whole bunch of mysterious deaths kept happening, and it was eventually abandoned. Every person who would get it, it just wouldn't work out. And then there is a vampire or monster of any kind. I just know we have vampires in The Sims, and they use it as a hideout so that way they are no one will find them. You'll see later on, but I used one of the bookcase doors, which I didn't know we had in The Sims until I was messing around with this, and I was like, heck, now I need to do a hidden room. So the vampire's bedroom has a normal king-size bed, and it also has his coffin, his or her coffin, and, you know, I don't know, I just thought it would be really interesting to have, like, this rundown, abandoned, haunted house that, maybe a monster is using as cover because they know everyone's scared and everyone in the town knows about the lore behind the house. I did build it in, I forget what it's called, but it's the vampire build world. Forgotten Hollow, that's it. And I built it there because I think the scenery around it and the grass has the right kind of like ominous tone to it. I feel like if I built a creepy house like this in like Willow Creek or something, it just looked kind of out of place. But I feel like I do want it to be an abandoned house, so if you were to put it in another lot, I think it would still, the story would fit better. I just wanted the background to look really cool. So that is what I did. But without further ado, yeah, that's kind of my inspiration behind it. Again, I am not a builder, so you can see right now I'm trying to do a porch, but I don't know, I'm just, building is not my forte. So I really did try my best though, and I hope it's not too horribly awful. You can see I had a glitch there with the gate. I know that terrain paint has had quite a few glitches lately, so not just me. Now I'm messing around with some oh gosh, what is the word? I cannot think of the word for it. Wow, landscaping. There we go. Wow, I just completely blanked. I do that a lot. Yeah, so I'm working on landscaping right now, which again, I'm not good at building, but I'm even worse at landscaping. Luckily, I wanted to go for this like run-down, haunted kind of vibe. I use a lot of stuff from the vampire pack and some from the Halloween and base game, and maybe a few other packs too, but I notice a lot of it is the vampire pack and the spooky pack, Halloween pack, and that's just because that's kind of the vibe I wanted to do. I wanted to go all in. You see right now I'm adding a lot of overgrown grass because I just want to give that abandoned feel, and like no abandoned house is going to have this well nice landscaping, so I want it to kind of look messy and overrun and just kind of gross, and that also works because I can't landscape for the life of me, so it works out for me either way because Your girl can't landscape. But yeah, so I really did try though, I promise. This is me trying. It doesn't look like it, but it really is. So I'm putting a lot of that grass. Like, it took me so long. I was literally adding so much of it. But I really did want it to look like overgrown and just kind of gross. I also put a fence around the whole house because I feel like it's gated off because to keep people from coming in and out. And then I decided to put some ivy on the house because I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. And I messed around with that for a bit, trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, and, you know, I changed it a lot, but I think I made it work. I just thought ivy would look cool and be some difference visually, and just give it some contrast and interesting features. Or at least that's what I was going for. Again, I don't know how well I did with this. You guys can feel free to let me know below. I'd prefer constructive criticism, but, I mean, you know, give me some advice if you're better at this stuff. I've watched a lot of videos explaining how to get better at builds, but honestly I think it's just something that comes with time, and also I think it might just be like how your brain works. Some people's brains, I think, are just better at this kind of stuff than mine is. I know the house is also kind of a weird shape, but I wanted to have that like older house vibe, and a lot of the older houses, or at least here in America, are like kind of thinner but very long and have some like L shapes and things like that. And I didn't just want it to all be one big rectangle, so I did that. But I did want it to be kind of more thin. Although it is still a big house, I'm not gonna lie, it is still a big house, which is another issue I typically have in this game, is making my houses way too big. Like, all the time I make them way too big when they could probably be half the size and still be pretty good. But, you know, hey, to each their own. And I have seen some really cool big builds. I think I just need to learn how to use everything better. But, I don't know, not my strong suit. I'm trying, though. So we are now done with the front of the house. I don't work on the backyard. I think the backyard's the last thing I do. And so now we are working on the inside. Right now I'm working on the foyer, is what I am gonna call this area. I believe that's what you call them in real life. It's a foyer. I'm adding like cracks and stains and cobwebs and spider webs and all this cool, fun, spooky stuff that came with the vampire pack that I had never used before, because I don't really build stuff like this. I don't build a lot, but when I do build, I'm usually building like cute modern houses or like suburban houses, or I just implement things in the gallery. For the first few years I played the game, I would just go click and drop things from the gallery because I didn't want to have to mess with building a house. But, you know, there's just a lot of really cool stuff that I didn't even know we had in the game, or I knew we had, I just was like, when am I ever going to use it? And then I decided today, you know what? This is when I'm going to use it. Today. Literally, there's no reason I shouldn't do it, because it's worth it. Because we want the creepy abandoned lot feel. So I'm adding some things that I believe in the house are part of the vampires culture. Like, I think a lot of the statues and photos are things of the vampire that lives there, a monster. If we ever get a supernatural pack, it could be another monster, or it could be a ghost. I don't know if you can play with just a ghost in the game. I've never tried that. But that could be it too. You could just have a ghost that haunts the house, but you know, I don't know. I tried to make it functional. I didn't test it though to see how functional it actually is. I tried to test it, but was having some technical difficulties, so I didn't get to do that. But I think it is functional. I know there's 2 full baths, well, 1 half bath and 1 full bath, and then there is the bedroom that you access through the hidden door. And it has a normal bed, so if you don't want to play in a cold sim, you don't have to. But it also has the coffin bed if you do want to play as a vampire, though I think the vampires can still sleep in normal beds, but you know, it's fun. So I put some rocks by the door in front of it. I have like a pile of mail sitting outside the door. I thought that was kind of creative because it's like, you know, letters and notices and bills that are just like stuck there, have been there for who knows how long. I put some crates and clutter, just lots of random stuff, as if someone was like in the process of moving out or getting evicted and they were never able to finish getting all their things. Now you can see I'm having some trouble with the stairs. I got it to where I wanted it, and then I realized I wanted the stairs to be 2 tiles wide, not 1, so then I had to redo it again. But I got there in the end. I got the stairs to the right area, height, width, railing, all that fun stuff. then now I'm about to try to figure out how I want the layout of this house to work, and I'm like, okay, I want a bathroom, so I'm trying to figure out where to put this. Oh, no, that's gonna block the stairs, and I make it a little smaller. And I finick with the bathroom a little bit, like quite a few times. I want to put a light there, because I'm like, yeah, that's a damn thing. That's the other thing, I made all the lights, the candle lights. Again, I used a lot of things from the vampire pack, and I am gonna put this on the gallery. Actually, I already did put it on the gallery, but I'll link it and give you my gallery information later. I currently share my account with my sister, and so I'm in the process of changing the names on it, and once I do that, I will be good to go. And yeah, so I'm just waiting for all that to happen. Yeah. So there's that. But once I have that all up and running, I will make sure to post it so you guys can always check out whatever's on the gallery, and I'll let you guys know in a future video. But this is on the gallery. If you look up haunted house, you'll be able to find it, but when I get newer information, I will be sure to let you guys know. So now we're doing the little bathroom, and yeah, I thought it was cute. I wanted to make things run down, but then I didn't know like where to draw the line between too run down and too empty. That was the other thing, is I didn't want to make it super empty, but I still wanted to have this haunted run down kind of vibe. You know, it's a thin line to cross, and it's also kind of hard to pull off in The Sims. I also didn't use custom content. I don't have a lot of build custom content to start with. I don't have any creative custom content. I have some mods for the game, but that's pretty much it as far as CC goes in my game. And I've been disabling it for these videos, so I might have to re-enable it, like MC Command Center or something like that, but I don't know, maybe I'll get some more building cast custom content as well. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of on the fence. I've tried it in the past, and it usually lags out my game. I don't have a nice, like, gaming setup. I stream, and I make videos, and I just play in my own free time on my MacBook laptop. That's also my school laptop, so I have limited hard drive space, and also Macs are not meant for gaming, so things do not run very smoothly. It overheats and starts making bad noises, and then it just basically freezes and dies. It's not ideal, but I'm in college, and I don't really want to have to transport a giant computer to and fro, and I also don't have the money to afford a giant computer to carry to and fro. So it'll have to do for now. I'm not complaining. I'm grateful for it. I love it a lot. It's just not the best for running this kind of stuff in. So whenever I add custom content, it just glitches out. Even when I add some like gameplay mods, it also glitches out. So I just have to be very careful by what I add to it. I was gonna say, as I was saying, but I wasn't saying it, but I didn't add any windows to this main hallway, really, other than in the front of the house, and that's just because I wanted to keep a lot of the wall details and the light fixtures and things, and there wasn't a place I could really figure out to put a window that just made sense, and so I was like, well, shoot, so I just didn't put it there. But to be fair, some older houses really don't have a whole bunch of windows. So I really just try to place them wherever I felt looked nice, or from either the outside or inside perspective. But, you know, it is what it is. It might not be the nicest window placement, but I tried. Also, I apologize for any of the times where it's just like the video recording stopped. It's because while I was recording this, there was times where I would stop and do something, and so there might be little freezes, but it's nothing too bad. So sorry if that's annoying. I'm also sorry for having pauses in my speech. When I'm watching and I see the long freezes, I'm just trying to make sure my audio is still recording. So, yeah. I'm still getting used to all this, but I promise in the future I will get better. I can only improve. Hopefully. I would hope that's the case. It'd be pretty bad otherwise. So this is the kitchen living space area. I didn't put any, so that's the one thing, is if you did play in this house, I didn't put any electronics in it. And that's because I really do imagine this being like a really old house. Like a house that's probably a few hundred years old. And the vampire or occult sim that lives there does not probably like technology, and so there wouldn't be any because it's a classical house that's abandoned and run down and has clutter all over the place, but still, it's, you know, an old house, and I just imagined, for me personally, I was imagining a vampire, because as of right now, that's pretty much, I think, the only occult sim, unless you wanted to do an alien or possibly a ghost. I don't know if that would work. But as of right now, really, a vampire's the only one that could really live in this house, so that's what I was imagining. And whenever I imagine vampires, I imagine the really old ones that just don't have, or like, technology, so that's why I did that. Yeah, I also have a picture of Vladimir. Vlad? No, I think it's just Vlad. Vladimir would be the Russian dictator. No, Vlad, the vampire in the game. I have a portrait of him downstairs. I try to include a lot of those, like, portraits that came with the Halloween stuff pack and the, vampire, pack. But yeah, here we are, upstairs. And I kind of worked out the floor plan a few different times. I wasn't really sure what I was going for. I messed around with it a bunch. I ended up really liking this, like, triple archway that I'm gonna see, you'll see I turned into kind of a lounge study area. And I like the triple archway. I think it's really pretty. And it makes it more open concept. But you still get this, like, corridor, but it doesn't feel like it's enclosed and, like, not breathable. You can also see I'm adding some windows and cracks and stuff. I literally added those rips and cracks and tears and all the stuff in the walls, literally on every wall, except in the bedroom and master bath. Because that's where I imagined that if you have a vampire living here, that's where they probably spend most of their time, and so they wouldn't want it being run down. So that's the only place that's fixed, and that's because it's also hidden, so if anyone were to come in the house, they wouldn't find it. Or at least that would be the plan, is they wouldn't plan on anyone finding it. You can see I added that little bookcase, and that's a door. I don't know how I didn't know this, but I never knew it. And I guess it's because because I've watched Speed Build. And I guess a lot of people don't build houses like this that I've seen. Maybe if I watched more haunted house ones, which maybe I should have done. Maybe I'll try this again in the future after watching some other people do it. But, I've never seen anyone use the bookcase that's a door. So I was so shocked when I saw it, because I was like, I didn't remember seeing it. And sometimes I rediscover things that I already knew were there, but I forget because I have the memory of a goldfish. But I didn't remember having that kind of door. So I was shocked, and I was like, that's perfect. But you don't see a lot of people using them. So I don't know what's up with that. That's not really cool, but I thought it was really awesome. So yeah, there's me just putting the finishing touches on the bedroom and the bathroom, and just trying to finishing up there. I also did more bright colors in those rooms and more like obvious kind of vampy colors. Now I'm working on the outside. Oh yeah, because the inside of the house on the lower level, I made it kind of more mild, this yellow tone, because you can't really see the bat designs and stuff. That makes it look more vampy, because I would imagine if you're a vampire trying to hide here, you want people to know you're a vampire. But the upstairs one is very obvious in the main bedroom, because that's their like safe space, so it doesn't matter if it is or not. So now I'm finally working on the outside, and I'm putting some of these statues down because I thought they were really cool. I just wanted more of the statues, honestly. I just saw this really cool, creepy stuff. And I got some flower pots and a little fountain. I tried using all these little gravestones. I thought they were really cool. And I just want lots of gravestones in the yard. Honestly, I'm probably, if I were going to play it, I might even actually kill some Sims and put their tombstones over there so you could have actual ghosts in the game. That's probably what I would do if I was going to play in this house. But I do know ghosts can cause a lot of issues, so if that's not your thing, you know, it's not your thing. I don't blame you. But now, you know, I'm trying to do landscaping. Again, it's overgrown. And vampires don't go outside, that's the other thing. So if it is an abandoned, haunted house that maybe a vampire lives in, they're not going to go outside and landscape because they can only go outside at night. And let's be real, if you're a vampire, are you really going to want to spend the little time you're awake at night before the sun comes up, which is less time, because even though we are awake during the day, we have all this time because we can still stay up when it's dark out. We don't have to be stuck inside just because it's dark. They have to be inside anytime there's any sun. So it's like, are you really going to spend that few hours you have landscaping and somehow trying to keep it a secret? I don't think so. But yeah, so now I'm just adding the last finishing touches of vines and stuff like that. yeah, that's pretty much it. And this would be my haunted abandoned house. I'm gonna cut to some photos that I took of the house, but I really do hope you enjoy. I'm putting in the lot traits and stuff and naming it and all that fun stuff, but I really do hope you enjoyed the speed build. I'm going to try to do more. I want to get better at building, and I might even try redoing another haunted abandoned house in the future. If that's something you're interested in, please let me know. I'm going to show you guys some pictures, but me, myself, I'm going to peace out. So enjoy looking at some of these photos I took of the house, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!